Indestructible Food Hotline. This is Sarah speaking. What can I do for you?
Hi, this is Paul from Buffalo. I wanted to know why some Parmesan cheese can be on the shelf unrefrigerated when the other stuff has to be refrigerated.
Well, thank you so much for your call, Paul. I really appreciate it, and I'm going to do my best to get you an excellent answer. Paul poses an interesting question. What is the difference between a refrigerated cheese and a shelf-stable cheese? I started by looking at the ingredients list. I figured there was an additive in this that kept it fresh on the shelf for longer. And there are a few additives in this. There's some cellulose to prevent clumping, some potassium sorbate to protect the flavor, nothing that keeps it fresh on the shelf. So I had to dig a little deeper. I looked at an old issue of Food Engineering magazine and I discovered something shocking. The thing that keeps this fresh on the shelf is not an additive at all. It's something that's taken away. And that something is moisture. You see, this guy has anywhere between 30 and 32% moisture. That's pretty wet for a hard cheese. This only has 17 or 18% moisture. So what's the difference? Bacteria needs moisture to breed. So anything with more moisture will have more bacterial activity than something with less moisture. So if you want to make a cheese last longer on the shelf, take out some of the water. Thanks so much for the call, Paul. That was a great question to start off with. I learned a lot. Thanks for calling the Indestructible Food Hotline. How can I help you?
Hi, Sarah. This is Jenny from Boston, and I have been wondering about what is the deal with pimento in olives? Why is that a thing?
Thank you so much, Jenny. Why are pimentos in olives a thing? We're going to get to the bottom of it. Why are pimentos in olives a thing? I'm going to tell you a story. It's the 1700s, France. Two men are walking in opposite directions down a country road. The first carries a basket of olives, the second a tray of pimentos. Their attention is momentarily diverted by a boisterous goose. The two men collide. C'est pas possible, says the first man. Your pimentos are in my olives. Mon Dieu, says the second man. Your olives are amongst my pimentos. If the story sounds familiar, it's because I lifted it from an ad campaign for Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. But the principle is the same. They're two great tastes that taste great together. Olives, particularly 300 years ago, retained a bit of their natural bitterness. The sweet pimento pepper offset that bitterness perfectly. The two were a great combination, just like peanut butter and chocolate. Thank you so much, Jenny, for helping us learn a little bit more about why olives are stuffed with pimento peppers. Thanks for calling the Indestructible Food Hotline. This is Sarah. What can I do for you?
Hey there, my name is Monique, aka the Eatin' This Bitch on Instagram and YouTube, from Jackson Heights, New York. And my canned food question is this: what exactly is meant by mechanically separated meat? I've seen this sometimes on tinned meats like deviled chicken or like, I guess, Spam. But yeah, I've seen this and I'm not entirely sure what it means.
All right, Monique, thank you so much for this question. I can't believe we're addressing this in the first episode of Indestructible Food Hotline, but there's no time like the present. Luckily for us, the FDA has a legal definition of mechanically separated meat, which I will read to you now. Mechanically separated meat is a paste-like and batter-like meat product produced by forcing bones with attached edible meat under high pressure through a sieve or similar device to separate the bone from the edible meat tissue. In layman's terms, when you're breaking down an animal into edible parts, you're going to need to take off the good pieces that everyone wants, the shoulder, the ham, the bacon, the ribs, And then you're gonna be left with a bunch of stuff that are little bits, and that's gonna be maybe made into sausage. So you harvest all of that. Then you've got entrails. Finally, you have a skeleton with little itty bitty pieces of meat attached. And that is where mechanically separated meat comes in. There's something called a standard of identity for mechanically separated meat. Is that what it's called? And this talks about exactly what it is, exactly how much of different minerals it can contain, and exactly where it can and cannot be used. So where are you encountering mechanically separated meat? You'll find it in lower cost chicken nuggets or chicken patties, some bologna, some hot dogs. You'll find it in Vienna sausages and also in SpaghettiOs and meatballs. You'll definitely find it in Slim Jims. So say you don't want to eat mechanically separated meat, but you also don't feel like reading any labels. Luckily for you, our government also outlines places that mechanically separated meat cannot be used. Where will you never find mechanically separated meat? Baby food. Fair. Ground beef and hamburger, fabricated steaks, barbecued meats, roast beef parboiled and steam roasted, corned beef cuts, certain cured pork products, that's a little vague, tripe with milk, lima beans with ham, beef with gravy and gravy with beef, and meat pies. So if you don't want to encounter any mechanically separated meat, and you don't want to read labels, make sure you're eating a lot of ham with lima beans and tripe with milk, and the government promises it will never be in there. Monique, this was an incredible question, and I was so happy to delve into the depths of mechanically separated meat. Friends, this is the time in the episode where I thank our faux sponsors, and these are brands who have contributed absolutely nothing to the financial health of the Indestructible Food Hotline. Concerned about the size of your breakfast cereal? Worried that the most important meal of the day isn't exactly measuring up? Have I got a solution for you? It's called Post Big Biscuit Shredded Wheat. It's the world's biggest cereal. Your friends will be so impressed. Post Big Biscuit Shredded Wheat. It's enormous. Sure, you could make your own croutons, but why not eat these by the fistful straight out of the bag like nature intended? Chatham Village Caesar croutons, your favorite vegetable-adjacent snack. And finally, your grandma called. She said she loves you very much, and she hopes you got the birthday card. Werther's Original, a gentle hug from a cherished elder. Friends, thank you so much for joining me for the first episode of the Indestructible Food Hotline. It's only going to get better from here. I had a great time. I learned a lot. I hope you did too. Please support the hotline by liking the video and subscribing to the YouTube channel. That would mean so much. And also call the hotline 978-CAN-FOOD and leave me a question. If you do, I will send you a free sticker that says that you called the Indestructible Food Hotline. It's super exciting because it's a free sticker. Anyhow, thank you so much for spending a little time with me. I cannot wait for next week. We'll do it all over again. Have a great day, friends.